Guided by God. When we are in our moments of weakness, we tend to seek and find a friend to console us or someone that we can trust enough to listen to us and give us pieces of advice. We live in a world where trust must be earned. In the same way, to experience God at work in every area of our lives, in our families and our ministries, to trust Him and to acknowledge Him and be part of what He is doing is something we should all desire and actively pursue. This begins when we have no more will of our own, but to obey God's guidance and instructions without arguments against His absolute authority. Let us read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make straight your path. In this particular text, we observe the following conditions and the promise God has given to us. Number 1, we are to trust the Lord completely. Trusting God is about recognizing our limitations and surrendering our lives to His guidance. God is holy and awesome and righteous in every way. He gives us confidence in facing what all the day can bring because He knows what is best for us. Even though it may seem impossible, God always has a solution to abundantly bless us when we trust Him completely. Relying on our own will and intelligence will derail the plans of God in our lives. D.L. Moody said, "Trust in yourself and you are doomed to disappointment. Trust in your friends and they will die and leave you. Trust in reputation and some slanderous tongue may blast it. But trust in God and you never to be compounded in time of eternity." Number 2, we need not lean on our own understanding. God is always in the business of knowing everything in our lives. We can't afford to take our life into our own hands. Otherwise, we end up making bad decisions that will hurt ourselves and others. Remember, there is nothing that He does not know. As He guides us, He will also provide for us. Live according to His desire, and He will live a life that always walks with God. In Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23 says, "I know, O Lord, that the way of man is not himself, that it is not in man who walks direct his steps." We are not capable of guiding ourselves. We need to rely completely on His resources and trust Him for us to see God do what He is so capable of doing, demonstrating His power is bigger than our everyday life issues. As we trust God and not our own intellect, we will also acknowledge Him in all we do. God deserves the glory and honor for all that He has done in our lives. To acknowledge God is to know Him personally and to be in fellowship with Him. Sometimes God's ways doesn't make sense. It is beyond our comprehension. Yet His ways are rooted in His power and wisdom that cause us to turn over our lives to His control. He is in absolute authority in our lives. We must then all acknowledge the Lordship of Christ and do His will at all times, and that will make us in triumph. With that, He promises us He shall direct our path. God is always available to guide us. He will guide us through the reading of His Word, through godly leaders and mature believers with their pieces of advice and words of wisdom, and through His grace and mercy. God always makes grace for when life doesn't make sense. Therefore, we must all commit our lives to God without reserve and let Him in charge to guide our lives. Psalm 84:12 says in the Bible that the one who trusts in the Lord is blessed.